It is the lunch party here at noon, and it's Chris here back in the studio, and we're going to bring in our sister station here in just a matter of seconds. Hot Country Hits 99.9, home of your new country and your all-time favorites, and 102.7 Mom FM teaming up together for this noon segment for just a couple of minutes to bring in Cydney Schmuck. Cydney, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing okay. Thanks for coming in to the studio today. It is a Monday, and so it's the Ludington area Jaycees Charity Mondays, and Coats and Boots for Kids is the recipient today. That's very cool. You have been with us in the past and chatted about what the program is all about, but for the next few minutes, we're just going to kind of introduce that back to the listeners, and we're going to encourage them to golf today, right, Cydney?
Yeah, come on down and mini golf.
That's right. The Ludington area Jaycees, they do this on Mondays where they pick a charity in the area, and 30% of what people golf, what they spend, will go to that particular charity. And so, Cydney, that's got to be kind of a cool honor that the Jaycees picked you.
Yeah, we're definitely lucky that this is our second year they picked us.
That's very cool. And last year you had a little bit of inclement weather, and so it wasn't the greatest day, but today completely opposite, sunshine, blue skies, and we want people to golf, right?
Yes. It's
All
a
right.
perfect day for it.
There you go. And you're headed down there in the next few minutes.
Yep.
So people, hi, people are waving and listening and all that good stuff. Take us through what Coats and Boots for Kids is, the program in general, if somebody doesn't know.
Well, Ludington Coats and Boots for Kids now helps out all of the Mason County schools in the area. We are a nonprofit that gets warm winter gear to kids in need. Our goal is to make sure every kid is warm during the winter and can go out during recess. And last year we helped about 500 kids in Mason County.
That's a lot. And every single year, more and more kids and families are helped out. Do you remember how many kids you helped out the first year of the program?
Our first year that we took over, it was, I want to believe, like less than 100.
Okay. And so now you're over 500. Wow.
Yeah, we definitely have grown.
So that means that the expenses have grown as well.
Yes.
We were just talking off the air that later today you've got like a ton of coats, right? How many coats that you have to wash?
Probably over 200 coats to go wash.
Oh my gosh. So and that's expenses, of course, that that come with it. So it's going to be important for us to encourage people to go to the Ludington Jaycees and be able to contribute there. You get a lot of donations, but there's also those overall expenses that come along too, right?
Yeah, laundry is one, and then if we don't have a donation in stock, we always go out and go buy it.
That's right. Like, for instance, if you need a particular size, or if you need gloves versus hats or jackets and stuff like that, then to the store you go, right?
Yep, that day.
All right. And that's a big thing. I think that's another important feature of Coats and Boots for Kids that I learned last year, was that it isn't a process where the schools reach out and say, hey, we've got a child that needs this, and then later that week or next couple days or something like that. No, it's pretty much the same day that they get those items by the time they are ready to get out of school for the day, right?
Yeah, we do not want a kid to wait and be cold. We will, if we get the order in the morning, we will have it to them by that afternoon.
That's incredible. How important is that to you?
It's really important. I am so glad that we are able to provide this resource for our community and make sure that kids are staying warm in the winter.
Yeah, that's great. Take us through, just for the listeners, any sort of story that really pops up from time to time that you're like, hey, this is all well worth it. Do you mind sharing that with us today?
I think one of my favorite stories is that recently we started helping out the ESD in the county. And we had a parapro reach out to us about some boys that were in the special ed program that have never had a new winter coat ever in their lives. And she sent us a picture of them just smiling with their brand new coats. And it was like tear-jerking.
Yeah.
It was really awesome to have that feeling that we were able to provide that warmth for those kids.
Absolutely. And throughout the year, you are asking for help for donations, right? That happens. And today in particular, we're looking for people to come out and have some fun and interact with you right there at the Jaycees mini golf course. And that's kind of a cool and big deal, right?
Yeah, it's a really fun way to raise money.
Absolutely. And for people to kind of share those stories or even find out more information about Coats and Boots for Kids. We talk about, it's summertime and we're talking about Coats and Boots for Kids, and some people might be like, what? But it's crucially important to build the foundation before the snow flies, right?
Yeah, even though we mainly work a lot during like September to like January, we never stop. We're going to be doing laundry tonight, and then we're going to go and do a count of our inventory and organize it for the season starting up.
All right, good to know. And is there a lot of inventory going into this year, or are you going to need a lot of help there?
We are doing pretty good so far, and we're very lucky that the drop-off boxes at some of the local businesses in the area worked out. That helped a lot. But we are in need of boys' hats and any type of waterproof glove or mitten.
Okay, good to know. We will continue to push that information out there. The Ludington area Jaycees, they pick charities, nonprofits each Monday. Coats and Boots for Kids is today's, and the golf course, the mini golf course right there at Ludington Avenue and Lakeshore Drive, open until 10 p.m. tonight. So come out and just spend some time there and spend a little bit of money. 30% of it goes to Coats and Boots for Kids. Cydney, did we forget anything to talk about today in regards to the organization?
Nope, I just want to say thank you to Val, George, Mary, my mom and dad, and everyone else that continues to support us in the community.
And did you ever think that that conversation how many years? This has been a while, right?
We've done it since 2017.
All right, so it's been a while now. Have you ever thought that, wow, this has really grown outside of our expectations?
Yeah, we never expected it to get like this. And we're happy that we were able to step up to the plate and make sure no kid is going cold this winter.
All right, well, thank you for all that you do and all of your volunteers and team there at Coats and Boots for Kids. Cydney, thanks for coming in today and chatting with us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Stand by for a second, and for everybody else, we're going to get back to the hits on both stations, 102.7 WMOM and Hot Country Hits 99.9. And don't forget the Jaycees. They are they're wanting you to come down, so make sure you do that. It's Chris here on 102.7 Mom FM. Stick around. More of the 80s and 90s lunch party on the way.
Wake up with Chris in the morning.